best performance car to ever be sold in India.
This is the G20 BMW M340i, probably one of the most potent performance cars on sale today globally. We already know what makes the M340i such an epic car. But the car we are driving today is the new LCI II variant, which aims to make the M340i even better. Tagging along with us today is Mechanics Automotive's Stage 2 tuned M340i to just understand how much potential this platform has. But let's find out what are the ingredients BMW have added that makes the M340i such a performance icon.
One of the reasons why they've been able to sell over 1,000 units is because of this. The BMW B58 engine, 3 liters turbocharged inline 6. This is probably one of the greatest engine to come out of BMW's factory. This thing makes over 370 horsepower, 500 Newton meters of torque, and it's connected to a ZF 8-speed gearbox. And for India, well, you get X-Drive, but if you stay in any other country apart from India, you have the option to buy a rear-wheel drive M340i as well. And the other reason as to why this engine is so great is because, well, you can do something like this. This over here is Mechanics Automotive's Stage 2 M340i, which pushes almost around 450 horsepower with just a couple of basic bolt-on mods. Now this car is not running just basic stuff. It has stuff that is ready to go stage 3. But let me tell you all of the mods that this thing has. You have FTP charge pipes, you have these strut braces, CSF intake manifold, the full CSF cooling kit, which includes the charge cooler, auxiliary radiator, and a bunch of more stuff. And of course you have the BM3 OTS tune, which is capable of pushing this car to 450 horsepower. And in terms of exhaust setup, you have a Miltech full system exhaust, and it sounds absolutely lovely. This is the first generation of G20 M340i to come into India, or as BMW fanatics like to say, the pre-LCI. Now if you ask me, this car looks much better than the new LCI models, and well, that's down to, first of all, this front end. I love the way the headlights look much more aggressive, and I don't really like the inverted DRLs that the new LCI models have. Now this particular car has a bunch of cosmetic mods, stuff like this front lip over here, these crazy looking HRE FF10 wheels, and a boot lip spoiler at the back as well. This car is running a little bit lower to the ground because of the KW suspension which has been fitted to it. We'll get to that in just a bit. Let's talk about this car over here. This is the LCI II. Basically, BMW has given 2 facelifts to the M340i, and if you ask me, they've perfected the M340i with the LCI II. What's different? Well, you first and foremost get different wheels, you get adaptive suspension. This car has been finished in Arctic Race Blue, which looks absolutely amazing. Then you also get the M-style mirror caps, which come standard from factory. Apart from that, well, it's more or less the same. The LCI cars get different bumpers, different headlights up in front, but overall it's still the same recipe with just a little bit of extra spice. The LCI II also gets a couple of changes compared to the LCI as well. I know this is super confusing, but let me just tell you what are the differences. First and foremost, you get this lovely steering wheel from M Performance. Now it's a flat bottom, and you also have a 12 o'clock marker. If you ask me, BMW should have done this with, well, the first generation pre-LCI M340i to start with. With the LCI models, of course, you get this massive infotainment and instrument cluster kind of combined into one big screen, and yeah, it's a very easy to read, easy to use kind of infotainment and instrument cluster. You have all of your controls over here in the middle. Nice big scroller wheel, so you don't have to take your eyes off of the road to operate this massive infotainment system. The graphics are absolutely amazing. The instrument cluster is a little bit of a miss if you ask me. I like some nice analog looking dials even if they're digital, but this car misses out on that. It comes with these futuristic kind of performance bars or something like that. But I can bear with that. That's not a problem. This particular car has the carbon fiber interior all across. The full dash is covered in it. Looks absolutely stunning. And with the LCI II, you get these super annoying air vents. This just feels a little bit too flimsy and yeah, just a little annoying to use. Apart from that, the other small complaint that I have is that if you put it into sport, you need to go to configure individual and then you have to go into iconic sounds in order for the valve to open. Why couldn't they just give a button over here? There's clearly a space for another button to be added over here. Maybe they could have given that. These are my only complaints. This car is absolutely amazing on the inside as well. Now I know the M340i is not a real M, but I have to say this car drives absolutely amazing. The LCI II comes with adaptive dampers,
which has absolutely changed the way this car drives. In the city, the M340i was borderline sports car stiff, but now with the adaptive dampers, it is smooth and soaks up potholes much more gracefully once you put it into comfort mode. Whack it back into sports and everything stiffens up and it turns into the sports car slayer that it is. Mechanix' M340i is running on a set of KWV3 leveling coilovers, which gives the car a much larger breadth of capabilities with its adjustability, but you need to do it manually. But these coilovers have made the car from a regular performance sedan into a proper sports car level handling car. Pair that with the HRE FF10 wheels and the sticky PS4S rubber, this car handles like it's on rails. Moreover, these upgrades perfectly complement the car's 450 horsepower and the car feels properly dialed in. Pair that with the Miltech full system exhaust and this thing sounds glorious. Hop back into the LCI II and the B58 still has the same addictive tone, just without the same level of drama as the Miltech exhaust system.
the X-Drive all-wheel drive system just gives you grip for days. And the 8-speed ZF gearbox that this car has is so well tuned, perfectly set up for this car. The shifts feel super crisp and it's just a very engaging driving experience. Now this car comes with adaptive dampers, so if you put it into different driving modes, the suspension softens up or stiffens up depending on which driving mode you're in. Currently I'm of course in Sport Plus with Sport Traction in Sport for the gearbox as well, because well, I'm in probably one of Maharashtra's greatest driving roads, which is Tamini Ghat, and this thing is absolutely flying over here. This X-Drive all-wheel drive system is rear-wheel drive biased, so you know, if you're in a little bit of a bend and if you give it a little bit of extra accelerator where it's not supposed to be given, this thing will step its tail out. So don't take this thing lightly whatsoever, because this still is a 370 horsepower BMW with the turbocharged inline 6. So if it wants to kill you, it can. My only complaint are these Pirelli P0 tires that this thing is on. They're giving up on grip a little bit too easily, because this car has so much more potential to be more planted, more faster in these corners, and I think so the only limitation that this car has right now are these Pirelli P0 tires. But apart from that, oh my god, what a machine. I have driven multiple different types of M340i's over the years. Cars with pure 800 turbos, that crazy KLM 6466 turbo kit M340i as well, and of course Mechanics Automotive's super dialed in stage 2 M340i. And this has to be one of the most sorted platforms for a car enthusiast. The B58 engine is now, well, stuff of legends. 10-15 years down the line, this engine is going to be regarded in the same way that people talk about the 2JZ right now. After driving the LCI II, I have been wanting to purchase an M340i so much because this car has just been amazing to drive over the last 4 to 5 days. The adaptive dampers are game changing. Overall, it doesn't get much better than the M340i. Under 1 crore rupees, I don't think there is another car which can match the performance of this car. And with the LCI II, the car has just become even more versatile. It's much more usable in the city. You won't break your back because of the adaptive dampers, and you can still be doing cross-country stuff, all of the performance stuff. I mean, the B58 is one of the best platforms in terms of tuning globally. These cars have been breaking records of all sorts, and yeah, I think so that time is slowly coming into India with multiple tuners getting into this game. So let us know in the comments down below, under 1 crore rupees, which performance car would you buy in the new car market? And let us know in the comments down below. Subscribe to our channel and I'll catch you in the next one.